Hey guys, this is primarily going to be an update for Pat, but I also wanted to update the rest of you guys on the issue that I had with an order from usanifemaker.com, as I detailed in my last update video on Pat's knife. Because I do know a lot of you guys are fellow knife makers who either have shopped at usanifemaker.com, who have dealt with Tracy before, or who may in the future. So I did want to let you know how that issue was resolved. I went ahead and sent them an email late last night, a little bit after midnight, letting them know what had happened with my order. And I actually had a couple suggestions. One being that I might be placing an order with them in the near future anyway, so that if they wanted to send some replacement scales with that order, in order to save on shipping and handling, I would be more than willing to do that. And they actually sent me an email first thing the next morning, sincerely apologizing and addressing the issue. They gave me a couple options, being one that they could either ship a replacement pair out immediately, free of charge, of course, or they could wait until I placed my next order and include them in those. And that's actually what I did. I placed an order earlier today for a couple of items. One being a large Tek-Lok, the other being a small Tek-Lok, as I did want to get a couple of those for use as templates on my Kydex sheaths. I would like to start making them Tek-Lok compatible if possible, as I know a lot of guys are going that direction with their knives and their sheaths these days. I do want to accommodate that. And I also ordered a small sheet of 1/4 inch black micarta for use on some larger knives that I plan on making in the future. So I went ahead and got that order placed today. I anticipate that it will ship probably sometime tomorrow and be here early to mid next week. At that point, I'll go ahead and resume work on Pat's knife, get that finished, and you'll be seeing some more updates on that. As far as the rest of this update for Pat, we had originally talked a little while ago about making a secondary knife to accompany the larger one that I'm building for him. And he wanted perhaps a smaller knife for some finer detail work, one that might also be lashed to a pole for use as a spear or something similar. And I told him that shouldn't be a problem. I actually started work on that tonight. Since I have a little bit of free time until those handle scales come. And I wanted to get your thoughts on this, Pat, to see if this was along the lines of what you had in mind. It's not done by any means. It's kind of in the rough phases still, but it should give you a general idea of what the overall knife is going to look and function like. And here's what I had in mind. This is actually one of my smaller neck knife designs that I recently came up with. And I figured that I could maybe drill some lashing holes in the handle area. I'm still kind of coming up with an attractive yet functional pattern for that, which I think we'll both like. But this is the basic concept of the knife. It's basically a 3-finger neck knife. As you can see, I got a single finger choil here down towards the ricasso for an extra secure grip to prevent possible slipping. Since this is a smaller knife, I find that it's a little bit harder to handle if you're doing maybe some moderate to heavy work with it. But this finger choil definitely makes a world of difference as far as the grip is concerned. The butt of the knife fits nicely in the palm of your hand, so you do get a very good purchase on that. I also added about a 1/2 inch of jimping there on the back, about where your thumb would be if you were really trying to lever down on this. So it's actually a very secure, very functional grip. And this particular grip, you can actually choke up on it like this for finer slicing and detail work, possibly for a skinning application. And it's actually pretty comfortable in a variety of other grips as well, such as a reverse grip or even an ice pick grip. Wouldn't be out of the question. And like I said, I'm going to add some lashing holes down the middle here, possibly on the sides. I'm still working out those details. I want something that looks good but functions as well. I'll probably have a lanyard hole or two down here as well for some additional utility. I did flat grind this one on both sides, as you can see. This is not a full flat grind. I think this looks pretty good as is. It goes about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way towards the spine. And pretty happy with how this one's coming out. Like I said, this is still kind of the rough finished part. When it gets heat treated, I'll go ahead and polish it up, get the final grind touched up, and put an edge on it, as well as notch out by the ricasso here. But that's kind of what I had in mind for your secondary knife. Let me know what you think about it, if you had something else in mind. I think this would be a pretty good one for you. If you're happy with it, I am too. And we'll go ahead and keep working on that if so. But I just wanted to give that quick update. I'll go ahead and give you some quick measurements here before I cut film and call it a night. Looks like the knife is just over 5 inches, or right at 5 inches actually. So we have 5 inches overall. It has right about a 2-inch blade, about 2 1/8 actually, and that would make the handle just under 3 inches. As far as width, we're right about 1.25 inches at the widest part, and gonna have a real decent point on it. It's already fairly sharp. It'll definitely be extremely sharp with the edge sharpened. I got some decent belly to the blade as well. I've made a couple knives similar to this in the past. They're actually extremely good cutters, despite the length of the cutting edge. You can actually cut quite a bit with it fairly easily. So let me know what you think about that. That's the basic design I'm working on right now. If you like that, I'll go ahead and continue along with it. We'll get the final polish put on that one, make the sheath for it, and we'll carry on with your other knife as well. But that's the update for tonight. It's about 1:15 in the morning, so I think I'm going to call it in. Try to get to bed a little bit earlier than normal tonight, and then we'll try to get some more work done over the next few days until the scales come in to replace those. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to rate, comment, and or subscribe if you have not already. Any questions you have, feel free to ask. And please stay tuned for plenty more knife-related videos and updates. Have a great day.